Yo, 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 what's up, guys? Hope you guys are doing well. Macro Mondays. Let's get straight into it, guys. This week is going to be absolutely huge. So let's just get started right away. So let's get into Bitcoin first. So Bitcoin last week didn't close above the level where we wanted it to close. So we had that pump up last week and it came down, basically just retraced the whole pump. And currently we are underneath the 50% level from the recent move, coming from that 65K region to the top here at about 74, just under the all-time high. And the 50% level comes in at 69.3. Also, the all-time high is in this region over here. That's coming in at 69K. And ultimately, we need Bitcoin to get above this level and start to close some candles to show signs of strength. For now, it's underneath there and it is showing signs of weakness. There's a little bit of a push up now in the session, but yeah, we are underneath the all-time high, and we do want to close above the 2021 all-time high to just show some consolidation and some strength. I'm just going to go straight into the US markets over there. So the DXY is playing ball. So obviously we've been in this uptrend. We did break down and we did call this breakdown over here. We did come up now and we tested that trend line to perfection. And it looks like we are getting rejected, and that's kind of just before the elections over here. So I drew this LARP line and I was expecting that to follow out. So we need the DXY to drop below these levels, start closing candles below this 103.5 region, and then continue downwards for a macro breakdown. And that will be the bullish scenario for risk on assets. This is what we need to see for the DXY, and this is what is likely to happen for the dollar. I believe this is going to happen, and there should be some relief for risk on assets. But yeah, this is the most likely scenario. We do need to come below that 99.6 region for the confirmation. If we just look at the S&P 500 futures as well, it has actually broken down this upsloping support over here, and we can expect a bit of a pullback. It is wrestling now with the 50-day EMA. So we are expecting the S&P 500 to maybe grind sideways a bit or just continue onwards and upwards. But it probably will slow down now due to the fact that it has broken this upsloping support. Same story for the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ hasn't broken down yet, but it is starting to slow down, of course, with the S&P 500. And this is probably a great time to be buying the NASDAQ, guys. Just before the elections, just before the DXY is about to break down over here. And you can see it's above the 50-day EMA, and it is showing signs of strength over here, guys. It is showing signs of strength. It is above the 50% level. Everything is looking good. It is testing these old tops as new bottoms. You can see that this 20,000 region is now support, and we are testing it from the top side. So we are going to, assume that this is going to hold us support, and we are most likely going to be moving onwards and upwards for the NASDAQ. One slight concern I have, though, guys, is the VIX. Okay, the VIX is forming an ascending triangle, something like this over here, which is technically a bullish structure. And you can see we did come above these highs over here, but we are consolidating like this. So this would be bad news for crypto and the stock market if we saw a breakout here. And it looks like it's on the verge of a breakout over here. What we want to see is for the VIX to get rejected here and then to start to slowly grind like this. So this is when the stock markets pull in the big moves, when it's grinding underneath like this. You can see over here where it's just grinding underneath the EMAs. This is a huge run. This is the 2023 run. And we are expecting that, price is going to come underneath, and we are going to just grind away like that for the S&P 500 and for traditional markets to be pumping to the upside. So we do want the VIX to start to roll over now, break down from the upsloping support trend lines, get underneath the all-important EMAs, and we are going to see the stock market continue its parabolic run, which we can see over here. I believe this is intact. I think we're going to see this stock market looks good. We could see a bit of a pause and a bit of uncertainty now with the elections. But for now, this is looking good. Where could we come? Well, we could come all the way down to these levels over here. This would be a good test for the S&P over here. This would be a great buy the dip opportunity, in my opinion. And this is very similar for the NASDAQ. Okay, very similar for the NASDAQ. We are at the 50-day EMA. We just spoke about that. And we are expecting this to continue onwards and upwards. So let's get back into Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, we can see that we have broken out. So we had this downsloping resistance over here. We had multiple touches and we got rejected over there. We did break out and it looks like we have retested it. This is a classic. This is a classic, guys. We have to expect that this is going to hold as support and we are just going to see continuation here. So I've got this upsloping resistance, which is now flipped into support over there. You can see that's happened over there. But we are underneath the 2021 all-time high, which I spoke about earlier. So we are going to have to make a decision here. We're probably going to grind here, but I am seeing a potential push up to fill this inefficiency. We're going to get to the weekly candle now for Bitcoin as well. But any move that comes down into the 64 to 66K region is going to be a massive opportunity for Bitcoin. I think we'll see a big bounce off this level. And I think that, I obviously showed you guys the S&P 500 in its parabolic formation over here. We've seen gold is also in its parabolic run over here. And we have to assume that Bitcoin is going to continue its parabolic run as well. And this is the target up here, just above 100K. And we should see that come sooner than later. I'm going to show you guys the target in a bit. So that's what I've got for Bitcoin. It looks like we are testing the old resistances as support. And we can only be bullish in these regions over here, guys. We can only be bullish over here. And one slight concern I have though for crypto is the USDT dominance. So we have come up a bit. I am expecting this to be a lower high, but if we do break out of this downsloping resistance, then we are going to most likely see continuation up for USDT dominance, and that will be a bearish sight for the crypto market. So we are waiting for confirmation. Obviously, it came perfectly into election time over here. What we want to see as bulls is this breakdown retested for the last time, and then we just absolutely nuke on the USDT dominance. That would cause the parabolic continuation for the crypto market, guys. So we do want to see this play out. And the line in the sand is 50% level. And you can see that there are these EMAs over here. So this is such an important range, guys. This range is incredibly important. Whichever way it breaks to the upside or the downside, I think we will see continuation in that way. I do believe we are going to see the pump to the upside. So I am watching this breakdown, guys. I'm watching this breakdown. Solana, guys, I've been, I can't say much about Solana. I just said buy the zone, guys. Anything under 160 for Solana is an absolute treat. How did I get 160? Well, it's simple. We had the cycle highs coming in at $210, and we had the capitulation low from the yen cash and carry trade, and that came in at 109. The halfway point to that is 160, or the 159.8, which is shown on the screen over here. We were testing it as resistance and we're getting rejected over here, rejected. I had a Solana long from this 148.5 level, and we cashed out at 160. And I said, guys, don't be greedy with Solana because it's most likely going to test this region as support or back test it. And we got a nice back test almost straight away. And we did have a continuation, and we have since then come down further, and we have tested this as support, guys. So this is looking really good. The 50-day EMA also lies in this region over here. So I am expecting this to hold up as support. But if we do get a lot of volatility to the downside during elections, then we can see this 146 region over here, the 200-day EMA and upsloping support trend line be tested. And that is quite likely if we do see volatility to the downside. It all depends on Bitcoin and what's going to happen with Bitcoin. If Bitcoin can get above that 69.3K region and start to move onwards and upwards, we are going to safely say that this was the opportunity to get in. If you're in, you're in, and we are going to see higher prices for Solana. Ethereum, on the other hand, is slightly struggling, but we have to see this as support, guys. Huge horizontal level over here, upsloping support trend line, and that all comes together in one zone over here. And we have been aping into our Solana positions, and we are in a big, Ethereum. We are in a big Ethereum position from here. If we see it break down and start to consolidate below this 2,360, we don't want to see these levels be lost. For me, this is the line in the sand, this region over here. I do have a limit order for like a quick wick if we do see some volatility to the downside, but we don't actually want to see Ethereum hang out over here, because then we are likely to test this upsloping trend line over here. We could come down to this region over here, and that wouldn't be looking too good for the Ethereum bulls. So let's just go over to the total market cap, because the total market cap did get that rejection. We did speak about this last week, my bad. We did speak about this downsloping resistance trend line over here, and this possibly acting as resistance for the crypto market. We have since then seen a sell-off. However, it is looking bullish because we are above the 50% level, and that's coming in at 2.2 trillion. You can see over here. And we are above the 50-day EMA and 200-day EMA. The 50 is above the 200-day EMA, and they are angled onwards and upwards. So we can expect continuation onwards and upwards for the crypto market. What we don't want to see is the loss of those levels, a retest and a move down. This is not what we want to see as a bull. As a bear, that's what we want to see. But as a bull, that's not what we want to see. We want to see continuation onwards and upwards. And I think that this election period has a good chance of being that move which pushes crypto onwards and upwards. Guys, I'm just going to go to the comment section. Guys, good morning. GM, bro. How you doing? Hope you guys are doing well. How's it, dude? What's going on, guys? What's up, bro? Yo. Salute. Guys, absolutely obliterate the like button. PK the like button, guys. Absolutely clap the like button. Goes a long way. It's much appreciated. Hello, how's it going, guys? ETH bro, GM broski. Hope you guys are doing well. Let's get some altcoin requests. If you guys want to see some altcoins, I know that the altcoin market has been smashed of recent, guys. Total 3 is not looking good. It has broken down this upsloping support over here, and it is below the EMAs, and it is looking a bit sketchy, guys. It is looking a bit sketchy. Bitcoin is the king, and that has been proven in the cycle. However, guys, we don't need to get bearish. We did say that this was a retest over here, and it's still holding as support. We don't want to see a loss of this level over here, guys. We don't want to see this level be lost. That's coming in, this whole region over here. If we do get another retest to the downside, I think this would be the region where we are going to be aping into some of those altcoins, but we don't actually want to see any more movements to the downside for altcoins. We want to see this level hold up and then start to move onwards and upwards. If we zoom out, it's a different story, guys. It's a great time to be getting in if your time horizon is long, guys. Anything else to look at from this side? Let's have a look at MicroStrategy. Obviously getting a pullback. It's had a bit of an enormous move up. We can expect this $200 to be tested. That could be another 10% to the downside. And Coinbase, yeah. So Coinbase earnings were well below expectations, 37% below expectations. We are below the important EMAs. So we do not really want to be like holding on to the stock, I suppose, when we are below this EMA over here. But it probably is a good time to get in. But let's wait and see, guys. Let's wait and see. We do want to get above this 50% level as soon as possible to show some strength in the crypto space. What else? I wanted to have a look at. I think Solana's having a good push. Okay, we'll go over your altcoin requests for now. But yeah, most of these, you can see most of these altcoins are getting smashed over here. One thing I wanted to speak about was this 50% level. And that 50% level was coming in for this weekly candle over here, guys. So yesterday we did have this candle over here. I mean, not yesterday. Last week we had this candle over here. And yeah, this isn't the best looking candle, but you can expect that the 50% is going to be tested. And that 50% is coming in at 71,200. Okay, 71,200 is the 50% level, and this is likely to be tested if we are to see continuation downwards. So this is going to be, for now, the top of the range. And what you can do as well is you can also take a fib from this wick over here, and boom, that's coming in at 666, guys, 666. So what we can do during this week, I think, is you can easily just range trade this range, guys. Range trade this range. So what we can do is we can keep that box over there. We can go to the 4-hour time frame, and simply what you're going to be doing is if you see price move up here, we're likely to see a rejection off this level over here, and then we could short, and then we could long. short, long, throughout, guys. This is likely to happen. We've had big moves to the upside and the downside, and there is big news events happening this week, such as the federal funds rate as well. So I do see Bitcoin potentially getting above this 50-day EMA, and I do see a push. But guys, be very cautious at 71,200, guys. 71,200, that is going to be the level to get above. That could happen in the next few days here, guys, or the next few candles over here. We could see the move, maybe break out of this downsloping resistance over here. And then, guys, this level over here, 66.6K. This is we could see this level be tested. We are going to be bidding longs. And yeah, the line in the sand is we don't really want to see closing candles on the daily time frame below 66.3. Okay, that's the 50% level from that move which we called from the box coming in at 59K all the way to the all-time high over here, and that 50% level comes in at 66.3. If we start to consolidate daily candles below there, it's not going to be looking good for crypto, guys. It's not going to be looking good for crypto. But for now, just mark off these levels. I think these levels will hold, and those levels are 66.3 over here. This lines up quite nicely. I think you can even extend this down to here. I think that would be a better level over there. So 66.3K to 71.2K. These are the levels that we can range trade this week, and we can wait for our EMA to tick up onwards, and then we could be bidding this level. But for now, I would expect a range before there is any any confirmation on who the potential president is, guys. I'm going to have a look at those altcoin requests, but for now, I wanted to also just have a look at this this tweet. This is by 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗔𝗠𝗠𝗘𝗡. This is just his thoughts on the US election 2024. This is his update. And I have to agree with what he has to say about who wins. Who's going to win? Is Harris going to win? Is Trump going to win? At the end of the day, I agree with him by saying that both are still bullish, medium to long term. It doesn't matter who's going to win. At the end of the day, it's going to have the same end game, and it's going to be the same outcome. So what he says, if Harris wins, there'll be a little dump, and those wicks will be for buying, and then it'll probably range and then pump. And if Trump wins, it'll probably pump and then pump more. So both are going to result with a pump at the end of the day. I truly believe this, guys. We have to look at the cycles for Bitcoin. We have to look at the cycles. We can't be influenced by the news and the this and the that, guys. It's a load of rubbish, and the news normally marks the top or the bottom. So I believe that this election period will be marking the bottom. And I am heavily long, guys. Why am I heavily long? Well, if we look at Bitcoin, what are the average November returns? Well, the average is 43%. It's enormous. But the median is 7%. Guys, it's bullish. It's green. It's bullish. It's plus. Okay. And if you have a look at Q4, the average Q4 is 82%, and the median Q2 is 33%. Guys, huge gains to the upside. And if we look at the times where there was an election, well, there was an election in, I think, 2020, 168%. Guys, it's enormous. And there was another election in 2016, 58%. Guys, we can't forget about these Q4 returns, guys. At worst case scenario, but this is very unlikely. This is during a bear market. And then what we have to look at is after Q4, there is Q1, and we're going to be looking at Ethereum in Q1, guys. So what happens in Q1 for Ethereum? Well, the average move is 93%, and the median is 29%. Guys, green. This is bullish numbers, guys. You can see Q4 might get a bit of chop. Q3, a little bit of sideways, a little bit of nothing, guys. We have had 3 or 2 bearish quarters in a row. We haven't actually seen more. So I suppose we saw. No, we haven't seen 3 red quarters for Ethereum before, guys. So we're unlikely to see another one. So this quarter is most likely going to be green for Ethereum. Okay, so another 5% will take it green, and then we'll see where it goes from there. Yeah, so those are the returns I have there. If we look at the 24-hour liquidation data, we are coming to that key level. A lot of longs got wrecked. Guys, a lot of longs got wrecked, causing a potential turning point. So I'm happy to say that this data is looking good for a potential turning point. 2.25 or $225 million worth of liquidations. Long short ratios at 50-50, so it's looking good for a potential move to the upside or downside. Let's have a look at high block capital. Well, high block capital suggests that there is liquidity to the upside and the downside. So we could see volatility either way, guys. We could see volatility either way. And there is quite a lot of liquidity stacked at that 70K region, which we could hit in the session if we get a pump, and 71.2K. Guys, that lines up very nicely with our weekly wick, guys. I'll show you guys again. Remember that weekly wick? We left a big wick to the upside, and we do like to take 50% of inefficient wicks, and that comes in at that 71.2K. High block capital agrees, or there is confluence over there, guys. So there is liquidity at that region over there, so I would definitely mark that region off on your charts. The 5-minute time frame, or the look back of 7 days, suggests that there's not much liquidity. And this says there's liquidity at that 64.5, 65K region, which we outlined earlier. And obviously at the all-time highs coming in at that 74K, there is liquidity over there. So if we do see a pump, we could pump all the way up there. Most of the markets participants are short at the moment, meaning that there is possibility for a cheeky little short squeeze. So I would be getting long, guys. I'd be whipping it out and going long. Yeah, guys, that's the basics of the macro Monday. I want to have a look at some of your altcoin requests. Have a look at some of your altcoin requests. Let's get to the crypto chart, guys. Let's get to the crypto chart, guys. There we go. So we're going to start off with ETH. Okay, ETH. We went over ETH earlier, so I'm not going to go over ETH. Let's have a look at dog with hat. Of course, we can have a look at dog with hat. It's at that $2 region. Okay, guys, probably a huge long at the moment. This trade did not get stopped out. Looks like we have come down quite severely over the weekend. I was away on Friday, so I missed all of the stuff. That's it's not looking good for all these coins over here. But if we had to reset on this, guys, WIF did have that breakout. WIF had that breakout of this downsloping support over here. We can adjust it over there so we can get properly on those tails or those top wicks over there. And we did break out, and it looks like we are getting a very deep retest over here. So this could have been the retest over here for WIF. We are above that 200-day EMA, or we're around there. So this could be quite a good zone to be getting into a WIF long, this current region over here. Could we come lower? Of course we could come lower. We could come and test the top of this trend line over here, coming down to this region over here. Looks like this was quite a key level over here. You got these bottom wicks and some wicks over here. So this level over here would be quite a big one for WIF at like $92. I think this would be an epic swing trade, guys. This would be an epic swing trade. Yeah, I think we could possibly see this happen. But I think for now, if you had to just enter in this region over here, I think this would be looking quite good for WIF. And your invalidation would be this $40. We don't want to see anything under that. It's $40 region over here. I mean, you could probably be a bit more aggressive and say this $63, this low over here, which led to the breakout. You don't really want to come below here. So your stops would go over there. This would be an easy 5x leverage trade, and we would be targeting, the top at that $4 region. Risk reward of 5 to 1. I think I'm gonna take this trade, guys. I'm gonna take this trade. I'm gonna be stacking some orders throughout this over here. We could even get some orders in that $78. Could come down and test this top over here. So I'm gonna extend the box. I think that looks like a great trade, guys, for WIF. Great trade for WIF, guys. Risk reward 7 to 1. This would be a long-term swing trade, of course. Let's see if it plays out, guys. Let's see if it plays out. Okay, what's next? Solana. We did cover Solana. Litecoin. Let's have a look at Litecoin. Supreme Ben, how you, bro? Let's have a look at Litecoin. I know I've got it somewhere. Let's just type it in. It's always faster that way. Litecoin. I think Litecoin's been doing kind of well. So Litecoin has lost the 50 and the 200-day EMA. It is underneath that over there. But the 50 EMA is still below the 200-day EMA. So it's not extremely bullish as of yet. We did have an upsloping support from over here, which it looks like it has lost. So I would be waiting for Litecoin. I would be waiting for Litecoin to reclaim these levels over here. If Litecoin can reclaim that $72 region, then I would probably be looking, for longs on Litecoin. But for now, I would be sitting on my hands, guys. I'd be sitting on my hand. I see Tesla's looking weak. I'm expecting a dump prior to election due to Elon's affiliation with Trump and the uncertainty of the election. What do you think? Okay, we can have a look at Tesla, guys. Let's have a look at Tesla. Yeah, so Tesla is coming down to refill those inefficient candles over there. Yeah, this could come down, guys. This could come down. Let's whip out the 50% level from there to there, a little bit lower. Yeah, I think this will hold the support, this region over here. We could come down to the 50-day EMA, that 235, but I'm expecting a breakout for Tesla and to come up to these higher levels over here, guys. I'm not sure what this is. Let's get rid of that. But this is forming an ascending triangle over here. It's actually been happening for quite a while. There's been this region over here. We lost the level, came up, a little bit of resistance, support, lost the level, resistance, came out, rejected off there. So I think if we can get above this $270 region and start to consolidate, I am seeing a big push to that $400 region. This is an ascending triangle. We are getting higher lows as we go along. So we got low, higher lows throughout, and we are expecting another higher low over here, guys. If we lose, these lows over here at that, and you can even front run it. If we lose that $210 region over there, then I think it is going to be looking a bit weak for Tesla. Let's move on, guys. Let's check ENA. Let's have a look at ENA right away. ENA was around here. Okay, I'm just going to have to search it again. ENA. I did have it charted. I'm not sure where it went, guys. ENA is getting a bit of a pump today. I think we did give this trade, and looks like we got stopped out of that trade. Yeah, it's been very volatile, guys. Look at that. Oh, this wick yesterday is violent. Like a 10% wick. We did get stopped out of that trade, unfortunately. We were hoping that this would all hold up. This could be a liquidity sweep, claiming the lows before getting a breakout. I would be waiting patiently for ENA to break this downsloping trend line over here. And you can expect that you could just consolidate in this pennant until you see a breakout. If we break down, we are going to be shorting that. That's a good short. But if we break to the upside, then we can be longing the retest. And the importance is the retest, guys. We want to be going long or short on the retest. I'm not going to try front run what's happening. What do you think the probability of Bitcoin? I think it's possible. That was in my zone. I spoke about that zone. 64 is the bottom of that zone over there. I think we have to be prepared for every scenario, and that is definitely a scenario. That's likely probably the 618 of the recent move as well. If we go from the top to the bottom there, and we turn on the 618. That comes perfectly into your region, my man. So yeah, I would probably be. I'm gonna turn on the. Yeah, we got the lows over here, from the bottom of the box to the highs over here, basically all-time high. Halfway point comes into that 66.3K. If we do lose that level on a wick basis, we could easily come down and test this upsloping support over here easily, and that's coming in at that 64.5 region, my man. I think we could easily have that. I would be prepared for that scenario. And if it doesn't happen, that's perfectly fine because we are already long from current levels. Floki and Sheba, sir. Guys, these have been whacked recently. I think I did get stopped out of one or two of those. Let's go to the meme coins, guys. The meme coins got smashed. Floki and Sheba. Oof. Yeah, it's not looking good, guys. That got smashed. Yeah, guys, I'd be waiting for a breakout of this downsloping resistance over here. Yeah, not looking good for this. Not looking good for this. Wait, my bad. Let me get rid of that. Yeah, it's below the 50%. It's not looking good, guys. Floki's not looking good. I'd wait for the election period to be over before getting into some altcoins. Let's have a look at Shiba, of course. Shiba was looking a bit better. You see, guys, the ones that are above the EMAs are always looking better. So Shiba looks like it just got their golden cross over here. And we are above both those levels at the moment with the recent move up. This is looking like a much stronger coin than Floki. And you can see this key level, it was support, lost it, resistance, broke through, retest. So you don't want to lose this key level over here, guys. We could come down to this level over here, 15.5. I'm going to mark this level off. We have one last liquidity sweep, guys. One last liquidity sweep. The US market has opened. The dollar, not the best looking candle for the dollar. We did lose Friday's low, creating more swing to the downside, but this level should act as support. We should see this today. If the dollar comes down, we could see the S&P rally with the NASDAQ and potentially the crypto market as well, guys. We are getting that early pullback though. We do want to see USDT dominance collapse, guys. Shorts on the short term. Guys, I'm not short. I can't short. I don't like to short bull markets. Some traders are good at shorting. I like to hold my trades for a while, so I'm not the biggest fan of shorting. But guys, get in the strong coins. Stay in the strong coins. Solana is one of them. What else looks good, guys? What else looks good? What time are the markets open? Oh, they're not even open. Oh, the US market, is it open yet? Is it a public holiday today? Let me know, guys. Let's look at the Forex Factory. This is a huge event, guys. Thursday night, my time. Federal funds rate, FOMC. Going to be huge. Very volatile week, guys. Very volatile week ahead. Looks like the US market is not open yet. Is there daylight savings? But guys, just going to wrap it up here. I'm going to wrap it up. Yeah, US market's not open yet. Okay, I think there was daylight saving. There's been a shift in the time. So I think it is open half an hour later. So I might actually have to drop my streams back an hour now. I think I'm going to do that, guys. I'm going to drop my streams back an hour and I'm going to trade in because I like to see the US markets open. But guys, I think I'm going to end the stream over there. We know the levels. We want to see Bitcoin get above the 2021 all-time high and above that all-important 50% level. And that 50% level from the last move was at that 69. Let's just call it 69.5, guys. We want to get above there. But guys, thanks so much for coming to the stream, definitely smash the like button, and streams will start later. I will keep you guys updated, guys. I will update you guys. I'm gonna just check what time it opens and make sure. But I like to have my stream, you know, when the markets open. So I think we'll do that. Guys, much appreciated. It's an absolute pleasure. We'll see you guys most likely on Wednesday. I think tomorrow's going to be volatile. We're not going to know who's going to win the election tomorrow, I don't think. But guys, we'll see you guys